So now that we've built a RooBee printer, how do we know that we've built a quality assembly? In manufacturing, investigating quality issues can take hours or even days if you don't have a way to trace build data across your shop floor. In today's episode, we're going to take a look at the different ways that data has been captured in the assembly process and explore the different ways traceability can be used to prove quality builds and identify opportunities for process improvements. When we're talking about traceability, investigating these quality issues can be incredibly painful, and looking all through that historical information can take hours or even days trying to find that relevant information you're looking for. And we have our filing cabinets of all of our old travelers and routers that have that information. We're investigating those issues. That can be very time consuming if all of this isn't digitized and available at your fingertips, because this content's potentially available in those pencil and paper environments, but we really need to find that information that we're looking for. We're going to look at a specific example related to a supplier issue, related to serial numbers or a batch of circuit boards that came in, and let's take a look at what the data that we're collecting gets us as part of our process here. So our supplier has told me that there's a batch of serial numbers that came into my shop, and if I look for that lot number, I can see that that build was used in a few different locations. So instead of digging through that filing cabinet and looking for those travelers, I have all of this content here for me, specifically whether it's a batch, a serial number, or a work order that has some information tied to it. With a simple click of a button, I can go to a full build history of that specific batch or serial number. And the case in question is about electrical continuity test, and we can see that this did pass. So if there was an issue, it was resolved in production, and I can see that issue here that was flagged. But most of this content is here for me available. So this is really minimizing the risk, as if there was an issue, was it resolved in the production line, or do I need to go review my scrap or my MRB cage for that information of, is this actually getting held up from a customer shipment because something went wrong, or am I investigating this issue? So we have this content available here, but you can see all of this data is being captured. This is a great way for that build record for any of those audits or certifications when we're talking about, do I have all of my critical torques captured? We certainly do for every one of our serial numbers. Do I have the digital teardown of all of my products here? When we're integrated to those smart cameras, every single one of those build images is listed here as well. So when we have those customer audits, we need to have this documentation for quality certifications. All of this information is here for us, and we have this available for each one of our products. So there is a lot of data here, but it's good because we have this integrated directly from those work instructions. There's no compiling, there's no trying to piece this together later on. It's all available here together, and we can search up and down that bill of materials for all those traceable components and make those investigations and searchings a lot easier. I'll leave you with a few thoughts. One, if you were building a factory from scratch, would you start with the same policies and procedures you have today? Probably not. Most engineers are not happy with some aspect of their production facility, whether it's the documentation or the tooling or the data capture. So I hope we've illustrated a few ways that you can see that there's quick, effective solutions for error-proofing your assembly processes. Second, when we have that traceability and quality data, it lets us have that trust and verification in all of our certificates of compliance, our customer audits. All of that information is there for us, so we can tie our content directly to the data that all of our customers have, and all of our engineers need to find the issues they have available to them. Those things are very important as we're managing our factory in the world we live in today. Thank you for joining us on our journey to build smarter, and we'll see you next time. Patience.